What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be checking out the brand new Robosen Transformers G1 Optimus Prime Elite Edition. Now, you guys may be wondering, haven't I already reviewed the Robosen Optimus? Technically, yes, but that was their flagship release. It was much larger, much heftier, and way more expensive than this, which is the Elite version, which I think is 30% lighter, 30% smaller, and 30% cheaper. Could be mistaken, but I'm pretty certain those are the stats. Now, this guy's literally just launched here in the UK, so be sure to check out the links down in the description box below. And this Elite version is still programmable, it's still app controlled, and it's still voice controlled. So literally does everything, and I want to say slightly more in terms of the features that are just in the base app when compared to the flagship version. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown of the truck, all of the features, and then the robot mode. So here we have him in that classic G1 truck mode, kind of dead at the moment. So for those of you that are getting flashbacks to the 86 movie, I do apologize, but until you activate him, he's pretty floppy. So you're going to want to come up here to the top and power him on, which hopefully shouldn't take no more than a couple of seconds.
I am the leader of the Autobots.
So there you go, he springs into life quite literally, and I'm going to try my best to avoid calling him by his name because he will listen and do whatever I command him to do, and I don't want him to roll out off the review station whilst I'm just taking a look at the details. So once you do turn him on, all 27 of the servo motors kick in and he becomes a pretty solid hefty unit. So I wouldn't recommend, handling him too much here once he's activated. Now, in terms of the biggest differences between this truck and the flagship version, as far as I can tell, of course it's much smaller, but as we come here to the front, these side view mirrors are no longer retractable. On the original version, I think you could flip them in and you could flip them out. Because they're quite small, I imagine they'd be prone to breaking, so they are just molded into the figure outright, which I don't think is a big deal at all. Now, in terms of accessories, he also comes with the exact same as the flagship version, so we get the classic Ion Blaster, and then we get the Energon Axe, which I'll be sure to touch base with more when we get him transformed up into his robot mode. So let's take a very quick look at size comparison. So here we have the Elite Optimus Prime alongside the Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. So he is significantly bigger, way bigger. This is literally like a monster truck in comparison here to this Optimus, and later on in the video, I'll be sure to film some outdoor shots showing off him compared alongside his flagship brother, because they are two pretty big units and unfortunately don't fit inside my standard review box. So enough about the truck mode. Optimus Prime, transform! And I still don't think, no matter how many times I see this guy transform itself, that it's ever going to get old, because it's just so freaking cool to see this thing literally transform itself. But here we have him in his iconic G1 robot mode, and much like truck mode, basically identical to the original flagship version. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown of a few of the voice commands you can give it, and then I'll give you the lowdown on the brand new Elite Optimus Prime app. So first up, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Am I your friend? It kind of seemed like he knew what I was going to say before I said it then, so yeah, this technology is getting kind of strange, but Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Megatron.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Wow, that motion kind of reminds me of when I find out that I don't have pizza for dinner. Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Decepticons.
Let's stop the Decepticons.
Yes. It's my birthday.
Greetings from Cybertron. I am Optimus Prime. I am granting you permission to have the greatest birthday the universe has ever seen. Roll out.
Optimus Prime, move forward.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, look, he's doing a little dance. Okay, not that far, but not that far forward, Optimus. Let's just push you back. So yeah, you can command him to walk forward. So we're just going to get stuck into the app now, because you guys pretty much know how this all tangos. So this is a brand new app specifically designed for the Elite Optimus. So much like you did with the flagship version, you're going to want to power it up and then instantly connect it via Bluetooth.
Connection complete.
Once that's done, he will tell you that the connection is completed, because you're not allowed to know for yourself, guys. And then once that's done, we can then move to the control center, where we're given the option between actions, which he can just do himself, or remote control, or there are some missions, and there's also a creative tab, which you can come up with your own kind of movements for this guy to perform, which is pretty insane. So we're going to talk through actions first of all, because I mean, come on, they've pre-programmed some actions. So there is a feature, a button called Be Cool. So let's see what that's going to do for us. Of course, classic dabbing. Optimus is down with the kids. Yeah, you work it, Prime. Show them how it's done. Let's go. Oh, bit of dodging, Left, right. Uppercut, come on. Oh, almost. Now let's do this one, the hero pose. Tony Stark Iron Man style. Till all are one. Oh, let's give that one another go and hope that he doesn't stack it on his way back up. So, Optimus Prime, hero pose. Bang! That is so sick. Don't fall over. Almost. He's definitely got the touch. There's also one called Victory, so I'm quite interested to see what this one's going to be.
Knowledge is the pathway to victory.
Yes, it absolutely is. So those were pretty much the majority of the commands that you can perform within the app without the axe and the ion blaster attached, but I'm all about Optimus Prime slaying the Decepticons, so let's equip this bad boy with his blaster, with his axe, and see what other commands we can give him. So switching to the combat action tab, this is basically going to give us Prime in his prime, as I think he's about to go God mode on the Decepticons and kick their ass. So there is a tab, a command called Calling, so I'm really quite intrigued to see what this one's going to do. Yeah, you go! Slice and dice those Decepticons. And when it does call on us, we take their heads off, don't we, Prime? So that one was pretty cool, mainly just kind of axe focused, so let's push the Energon command. Oh, he's low. 1986 movie flashbacks.
I may be low on Energon, but I still have enough to conquer.
Yeah, you go. Oh, poor old Optimus, he's had enough. Hot Rod didn't get out of the way, so now he's damaged. But there's also a command called Engage, which I imagine is going to be pretty expressive. So let's try this one out. Yeah, take them out. Destroy the Decepticons. Never. Yeah, give them your last blast. So that one was pretty cool. And then we'll just round things off with, you know, let's do Freedom. Freedom sounds like a pretty good one to kind of finish things off with.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Absolutely. And then the final two tabs, Missions and Create, pretty much go hand in hand with each other because this again allows for full creative freedom over what you do with this guy. So you can kind of customize a series of events for him to perform. You can have him moving any way that you'd want in any variation that you'd want. You can have him standing in a robot for a couple of seconds and then transforming into a truck. You can have him, you know, dabbing. You can have him moving his arms in various different ways. The same can also be said for the legs. So yeah, there's a lot of programming that you can do with this guy just within the app in itself. And after all that, once you're done playing with Prime, you can then come around here to the back, hold the power switch for a couple of seconds, and hopefully it should turn him off.
No matter the cost.
And so, wrapping up on this review for the Robosen Elite Edition Transformers Optimus Prime. In all, I guess if you owned the flagship version or you liked that original release, then you're really going to like this guy because it's basically the same, just smaller and cheaper. The technology that goes into this is just nuts. You know, I said it in my original Robosen Prime review. I just think this is kind of a step, an evolution in terms of robotics in general because this guy is incredible. You know, the way he transforms from robot to truck mode is never going to cease to amaze me. It's so badass. And You know, there's 27 servo motors which are packed into this guy, and you can tell because he breathes on his own. He literally moves on his own. He can walk on his own. He does his own thing. You know, it's so cool. I think the programmable feature is awesome. You can literally customize this guy to do anything that you'd want outside of just the parameters of the app, which is nuts. And I also like the app for the remote control feature. You know, maybe if you just want to mess around with it without going through the process of programming him, then that's a great option. And it is a cheaper alternative to what was an incredibly expensive piece. I mean, in the UK, the flagship version retailed for £1,000. This one retails for £700, so it's £300 cheaper and is, you know, near enough identical to the bigger version. So at the end of the day, it is a niche product, but I do think you pay for what you get because, as I said, I am yet to see a robotic on the market which can do what this Optimus Prime could do. Now, if you are after adding this guy to the collection or just finding out more details about him, again, I'll be sure to include links down in the description box below. If you're a UK fan, Robosen is now in the UK, so we no longer have to kind of import these products from various different resellers like we had to do with the original flagship Prime, which was just an absolute nightmare for myself. They are actually here in the UK, so it just makes it so much more straightforward than it was previously. I'd love to get your thoughts down in the comment section below, and until my next video, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.